Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Rose and I'm sharing my journey to becoming debt free one step at a time. So in today's video, I am updating you all on my latest numbers, my latest debt repayment numbers, which include some unexpected changes. And I'll also share the pros and cons of a recent decision I made. So if you are on a debt-free journey as well, please stick around for some insights and motivation as well. And hopefully you will learn from the decision that I made if you are planning to do something similar. Let us dive right to the updates. Starting with the Delta Amex card, we started November with $200.21. We paid $40 for the minimum payment. $5.72 of that amount went directly to interest. So we are now starting December with $164.88. So far for the quarter, we have paid $80 and $12.10 from that payment amount went directly to interest. Moving along to Ashley Furniture card, we started November with $445.42. The minimum payment was $30 and interest was $11.29. So we are starting December with $426.71. The total payment for quarter four so far $60, and of that amount, $23.12 is interest charges. Moving along to Best Buy, started November with $266.96. November's payment was $30.13. There's no interest on this account, and we are starting December with $236.83. Total payment for the quarter was $60.13. Alright, so there's no interest on this card because we have a promotional balance. And to avoid the accumulated interest being added onto this principal amount, I need to close out this payment close out this balance of $236.83 by December 13th. So I am working towards getting that done. All right, moving along. Best Buy number 2. We started the month with $2,154.88. We made the minimum payment for $52. Interest paid was $20.03. We are starting the month of December with $2,118.72. All right, so far we've made $95 in payment, and $40 from this amount, $40.08 from this $95 was interest charges. All right, likewise on this Best Buy card, there are purchases where we have promotional balances, but this balance was updated in November. I did not pull the updated figures for December. I totally forgot to do that. But there are two promotional balances. One is to be paid by January 28th, and the second is to be paid by February 28th. And I'm working towards getting these paid off as well. For car payment number 1, we started November with $9,023.16, and November's payment was met successfully for $488.38. I'm still struggling with how much of this was interest, but I should be able to get the overall interest that was paid for the year. So I'm definitely going to be calling so I can have some accurate figures and know where we stand. But I am happy that we are now under $9,000 for this account. The total payment for the quarter is $976.76, and we are starting December with $8,655.43. For car payment number 2, which is another win for me, we started November with $17,131.95. Payment was made for $461.88. The interest was $137.92. So we are starting the month of December with $1,671.46. So I am now under $17,000, which is why I'm considering this a win. For the quarter, we have paid $923.76 and a total interest of $275.84. All right. So in November, on October 30th, I did some changes to this account. So the payment was initially due on the 15th. So I changed the payment date from the 15th to the 30th of the month. So because I changed that payment date from the 15th, then I didn't have to make a payment on October 31st. And then I had to make the first payment for November on the 15th, and then the last payment on the 30th. And then that completed the payment for the month of November. So because I did that, I was charged additional interest for $74 and a penny. All right. So moving along to Discover, we started November with $6,236.02. I paid $167. Interest was paid for $139.37. And we are starting the month of November with $6,220.19. Guys, I'm so sorry. My throat is really itching. All right, so for quarter four, we paid $333, and of this 333, 285.43 went directly to interest. All right, so let us move on to the Home Depot card. We started November with $581.29 balance. The minimum payment was $29. Interest was $13. And we're starting the month of December with a balance of $567.59. The total payment made for quarter four is $58, and $26.94 of that is interest. For personal loan number one, this is where my losses are, my big losses are. So I used a month of deferment on both loans, personal loan one, personal loan two. So we started November with $26,585.24. No payment was made because of the deferment. Now the interest is capitalized, and we are now starting the month of December with $27,204.90. That's a big loss for me. So we started the month with $24,337.16, and we are starting December with $24,955 and a penny. Another big loss again. All right, so let's move on to Macy's. We started November with $1,337.52. I made $449.36. $34.95 went directly to interest. And we're starting December with $1,324.05. Total payment for the quarter is $100.86. And total interest, $70.91. PayPal credit number one. We started the month of November with $749. We paid dollars. There is no interest on this account. And we are starting December with $643.49. So far, we've made $136 in payment on this account for the quarter four repayment period. PayPal credit number two, we started $440.61. We paid $30 for minimum payment, $11.41 for interest, and we are starting December with $420.94. So for quarter four, so far we've made minimum payment. We've made total payment of $60 and $22.83. Of that amount is interest. Moving along to the final account, which is the PayPal MasterCard. We started with a balance of $594.86. Minimum payment was $30 and $13 was interest. We are starting the month of December with $580.37. And so far for the quarter four repayment period, I've made $60 in payment on this account and $29.11 in total interest payment. Okay, so we started November, starting balance $90 and $36.97. We made minimum payment of $1,475.75. Total interest paid for the month $386.69. And we are starting December with $90,300 and $90.57. All right. So the total payment so far for quarter four is $2,943.51, and total interest is $786.36. So let's see here. All right. So $2,157.15 went directly to the principal, and then the 700 towards interest. All right. So this is where, looking at the overall picture, my overall debt repayment progress for November, I'm going to say there was no progress because I started the month with a lower balance than what I'm starting December month with. But while the debt increased due to the deferment on both the personal loan accounts, I thought that I was making that decision with careful consideration. The positive side, the deferment provided immediate relief, which allowed me to focus on some other things that I needed to accomplish in November. Could I have found another alternative? Probably I could have. But this one came up first, and I didn't bother to find a plan B. But the downside to this is that the deferment, the interest, capitalize and increase both account balances. So what I'm thinking now is that this is very important. This is a very important analysis because it highlights the importance of weighing the short-term financial flexibility against the long-term cost of additional interest being capitalized, which is increasing the account balance. So then it's like a vicious cycle. If we continue to use these deferments when they become available, we are keeping ourselves a month longer in debt. And for that, for those two, I regret making that decision. Reason one why I regret, I am now a month behind on my repayment target date. That repayment two, the interest has now been capitalized, which is going to be accruing additional interest. So it's looking at it from the instant gratification part. I didn't put much thought in it. And now I'm going to say that I regret it. But as I move forward, I cannot live in regret. I now know that if a situation comes up, try to find another alternative. And as I move forward, I remain committed to my repayment plan. And I will continue to explore ways to minimize interest accrual and to accelerate my progress towards becoming debt free. All right. So, thank you so much for watching and for supporting my debt repayment journey. If you found this update helpful or relatable, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Help me to get the algorithm to show me some love because it hasn't been showing me any. And please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing for more content on budgeting, for more financial tips, and just follow me along my debt-free journey so we can share ideas. And please let me know in the comment section how your financial journey is going. Remember, progress over perfection, and we learn as we go because our experiences teaches wisdom. And with that, I'm going to say bye until the next video.